In the profound silence of an ancient pine forest, a brilliant scholar journeys to find a Zen master, seeking the hidden keys to the ultimate wisdom. The air is heavy with the scent of damp earth and mystery as he walks toward a destination that promises answers to his deepest life questions. He arrives with a heart full of worldly knowledge, believing he understands the laws of existence, yet his soul remains heavy with hidden pride and ego. Every step he takes echoes with the weight of his achievements, a man of letters who has mastered books, but has yet to master himself. Waiting in the silence is an old master, whose presence is as steady as the rocks and as fluid as the mountain stream nearby. Can a mind that is already overflowing with its own importance ever find space for something truly new? Or is it destined to remain closed, on inside the sacred space? The scent of burning sandalwood fills the air, creating a bridge between the chaotic world outside and the inner peace within. The master begins the tea ceremony with graceful movements, each gesture a silent poem of mindfulness that the scholar fails to see or appreciate. As the water boils, the scholar begins to speak, listing his many accomplishments and the complex theories he has mastered over years of intense study. He talks of philosophy, logic, and the nature of the universe, unaware that his words are merely ripples on the surface of a deep, quiet lake. Without saying a word, the master starts to pour the tea into the scholar's cup, the golden liquid rising higher and higher toward the very edge. The tea overflows, spilling across the table and staining his robes, yet the master continues to pour with a steady hand and a calm, knowing smile. "Stop!" the scholar cries out in shock. "The cup is full. No more will go in." He stares at the mess, and unable to comprehend the master's actions. The master looks him in the eye and whispers, "Like this cup, you are full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you truth? To learn, one must first unlearn. To receive the fresh water of wisdom, one must first empty the vessel of all its stale and stagnant contents. Emptying the mind is not about becoming ignorant. It is about releasing the rigid prejudices that blind us to the reality of the present moment. We carry the heavy stones of past knowledge like armor, but that same armor becomes a prison that keeps the living truth from reaching our hearts. When you drop the burden of knowing it all, you become light enough to fly. The world reveals itself in ways you never thought possible before. From the mud of our confusion, the lotus of understanding can bloom, but only if we allow the old structures of our ego to finally dissolve. Every drop of truth requires space to land. If your mind is a crowded room, even the greatest wisdom will find no place to sit down. The eye that knows is the biggest obstacle to the eye that sees. Shatter the mirror of the self to finally witness the vastness of existence. In one empty moment, the entire universe can be reflected. This is the secret of the Zen masters. To be nothing is to be everything. Letting go is not a loss. It is the ultimate gain. By releasing what we think we have, we open our hands to receive the infinite. Your prejudices are the walls of your own making. Break them down, and you will find that the horizon has no end and no boundaries. True intelligence is the ability to see things as they are, not as you want them to be. This requires a mind as clear as glass. Books are just maps, but the journey is yours to take. Do not mistake the map for the territory or the word for the reality. Become a hollow bamboo flute and let the breath of the universe play its divine melody through you. This is the art of being empty, when the lens of the mind is wiped clean of the dust of past opinions. The world shines with a brilliance you have never seen before. As the sun begins to set, casting long golden shadows across the room. A new kind of silence settles between the teacher and his student. The scholar bows, not out of tradition, but from a place of genuine realization. The walls he built around his heart have finally started to crumble. The master offers him a fresh cup, an empty vessel for an empty mind, ready at last to taste the true essence of the tea. He drinks in silence, and for the first time in his life, he doesn't try to label the taste. He simply experiences the warmth and life. In this shared silence, there are no more questions, because there is no longer a need for answers. Only the present moment remains, pure and whole. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step of letting go. Wisdom is not something you gather. It is something you become, and the mountains watch in silence, as they have for eons, witnessing the eternal dance of those who seek and those who finally find their way. Knowledge is a tool, but prejudice is a chain. Do not let your soul's cup remain forever filled with the ghosts of things already past. As you move through this world, ask yourself, what heavy burdens from the past are you still carrying that prevent you from finding true inner peace? Have the courage to be empty, to be still, and to be open. Only then can the universe pour its infinite wonders into your waiting heart.